This is a presentation of RVT Entertainment.
Hey, yo.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true.
Because I'm better than you, and you know it.
In the back, there are men and women, seasoned professionals, dues paid in full, gunning to be the best.
I'll always light the way, and all you have to do is let me in.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
The cream of the crop! Nobody does it better.
Hey, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wrestle-Cast, presented by RVT Entertainment on Pellman.com, Spotify, YouTube, and wherever else you may find this fine audio recording and live on RVT Entertainment's official Twitch.tv channel. We talk about professional wrestling both from the mainstream and the independent scene. My name's Matty J. That is TWK.
The BizCliz is now inevitable.
I mean, they're doing Forbidden Door. All we need is Doc and Carl to fuck around and just don't fuck that buck again. It'll be smooth sailing. Joining us as always, Shintigercurl.
Following announcement has been paid for by RVT Entertainment. RVT Entertainment. Life for life.
And you heard we had a fourth man again, ladies and gentlemen. The Shades joins us again.
My God, Matty, you actually did the intro without forgetting that we have a certain other site we don't post to anymore.
I am not ripping that cue card up. Not making that double. I'm not making that mistake again. I am not Mark Summers.
Anyway, yeah, I told you guys I'd be back considering, we got something to talk about tonight. And oh boy, do we got something to talk about tonight.
Oh, folks, if it was just the two pay-per-views, the review and the preview, I would just say I would read the cards and all that stuff. But Jesus H. Christ wept. MJF pulled it off again, so we got to talk about that. We got to talk about this. We got to talk about not Joe Gacy. Fuck that dude. Fuck NXT. We're not talking about that. They'll get my respect when they call it takeovers again. There we go. Jesus, so many things to talk about, and Rampage is at 10 again. So we got 90 minutes to get all of that shit cleared. There is no overrun. So let's get to it, shall we?
I guess that means, get to the clip of the week, Rest.
We gotta do. Folks, I wanted so much to keep this whole, but I couldn't. I had to chop it up a little bit. If you have not heard this, censored or uncensored, you need to do this. This is not from Double or Nothing, but in fact, Dynamite from Los Angeles, California. It's MJF. You know what it is. Take a listen.
I am in a lot of pain right now after what happened on Sunday. But all you people want to do is hear me talk, right? That's what you want, right? You want to hear me talk? I'll talk, but this is Max Friedman talking. Big merger, boss. A lot of important executives here tonight to watch your product. Would be a real shame if something bad happened. Here's why. When this company first started, it was all friends wrestling. Everybody was handed a ticket, except for me. See, I had to write my own. And boy, do I have good penmanship, because I created moment after moment after moment for this company, and I still get no respect. Here's something you guys can't take for granted. here's something he doesn't want you to know. Do you guys know who the second biggest minute-for-minute draw is in this entire company? Nope, you wish. It's me! It's me! And if you don't believe me, do me a favor. Ask Stat Boy Tony in the back, see what he's got to say. But whatever you do, don't ask him to reach into his pockets and pay the man who's been busting his ass for him since day one. No, 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 no. Make sure he hoards all that money. Make sure he hoards all that money so he can give it to all the new ex-WWE guys he keeps bringing in. That can't lace my goddamn boots. Hey, boss, would you treat me better if I was an ex-WWE guy? See, maybe you don't get it, man. Here's the problem with you, boss. You got a position of power in a wrestling company when the only position you should be assuming is behind the guardrail with all of them. I don't want to wait till 2024, but you don't listen to me, so allow me to make it a little bit easier for you. Tony, I want you to fire me. Tony, don't tell me down, you piece of shit! Shut your mouth! Look at me, Tony. Look at me. I want you to fire me. You fucking mark! Fire me! Fire me!
Yeah, I went with the franchise's theme song. Because that was a work shoot, pal.
Holy shit, ladies
And I'm gonna put this in right because Guts said, as much as I left MJF, this was the last straw for me on the 4 pillars of AEW. I get it, but here's the thing: that's an evolution. Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes you get a promo like that will divide everybody. Oh, but well, since we're doing the Shane Douglas thing, cut the fucking music. Thank you.
Yeah. I will explain why MJF is always going, come on, music, come on, music.
That wasn't a pipe bomb. That was the Death Star destroying Alderaan from orbit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tactical nuclear weaponry in the promo form. JC, you're not the only one with that opinion, and I will explain why in a few minutes, but we got to do the pay-per-view before we get to that.
Yeah.
Now, normally I'd go blow by blow, but we'd go blow by blow and discuss it, all that stuff, but we got 90 minutes, and I want to give as much time to MJF and whatever news happens. I'm assuming there's a short list?
It's not the shortest list, but it's relatively, I guess.
Relatively speaking. So we'll discuss the pay-per-view and review it as per usual, but I'm just going to go rattle off the news so we don't, because we tend to, mark out at every match and we only have 90 minutes. So here's what happened. Here's the results, and then we'll rattle off a couple of things. Please hold your breath, or don't hold your breath, but hold your talk while I do this. Please, boys. I want to do this. Started with Hookhausen going over Tony Nese and Mark Sterling in 520 in the buy-in fun match. Wardlow defeated MJF in 7:30 and 10 power bombs later. Hardy's defeated the Young Bucks in 1915. It was awkward. Jade Cargill defended the title against Anna Jay, and Athena debuted. The House of Black defeated Death Triangle thanks to Julia Hart finally turning heel. Adam Cole, baby, and Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, won their respective Owen Hart Cup tournaments. Cole defeating Samoa Joe, Britt beating Ruby Soho. Women's match was a banger, by the way. Top team, that's Paige Sky and Paige Van Zant. With Dan Lambert. They defeated Frankie Kazarian and Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti. And the stipulation per Wikipedia, but it's just a controversial thing. Sammy and Frankie cannot compete for the TNT title anymore, though the stipulation on both the site and on Wikipedia state as long as Sky is champion, so whatever it is. They can't go for the belt anymore for now. Kyle O'Reilly defeated Darby Allin in a thing. Rosa defeated Serena Deeb in a great matchup. Anarchy in the Arena was exactly that. And fun as hell. Jurassic Express retained the title and more subtleties by Christian Cage. And in the main event, dividing the entire wrestling population, CM Punk is the new heavyweight champion of All Elite Wrestling. In a great reference to Piper versus Brett at WrestleMania 8. Gentlemen, let's talk about it.
Yeah, well, first of all, I think we should say, like, Wardlow versus MJF, it was exactly what you wanted from it. It was, Matty, you know what? Screw it. Matty, call it.
You know what? I'm opposed to saying it, but you're not wrong. It was indeed a squash. Fuck.
Yep.
There is no question that was a fucking squash match. But it was one of those squash matches that honestly it had to be because the whole point was this was Wardlow getting his revenge, getting his justice, and getting freed from his contract. So they kind of had to do it that way. But I think that was very well handled there.
And Name Extreme pay-per-view, a lot of people saying way too long. But folks, let's get it out of the way. The reason why it was so long, Tony Khan bought another pay-per-view because he wanted to give Martha Hart as much time as they could to give her as much time to do the cup presentation, the belt presentation. Yeah, it was to not piss off Martha Hart.
And when you learn that, I still have time left over, even when she gives a speech, so more matches.
I'm gonna call it right now. That's why Kyle O'Reilly and Darby Allin was added to the mix because they needed to squeeze in one more match to fill in the time.
Not that it was a bad match. It was actually one of my favorite matches on the card.
Yeah, but you know that match was pulled right out of its ass. That's the only one that absolutely.
That and Anna Jay versus Jade Cargill was added last minute as well. That was a thing.
Although I will say, adding the ending of that though with Athena and Stokely Hathaway debuting, brilliant.
Good call.
Oh my god.
Good fucking call.
You should have heard my reaction when Athena.
You were happy in your head place. I'm like Stokely Hathaway.
I've been calling for this for months.
Stokely Hathaway as Jade Cargill's new manager or part of the management team. Fucking smart move.
Also, because Chris Statlander is going to be out there at one point against the baddies. That means Chuck Taylor should be out there accompanying her. Meaning we can have Chuck Taylor versus Chuck Taylor.
Oh, fuck.
God.
Wow. You stretched for that.
No, I did not.
No,
there are two Chuck Taylors in this company now.
Yeah, also, to comment with Enigma said, I think the reason why they're bringing in Hathaway is because of the fact that, you look at what Smart Mark Sterling's been up to lately. He's working with Tony Nese. He's helping out. He's currently continuing on with Wardlow. With what happened on Wednesday,
and he is more of a comedy lawyer than a heel lawyer, though he is still a heel lawyer. At this point, Stokely Hathaway is a very much good call.
Yeah, they were stretching. They were stretching Mark a little thin there, so they needed to kind of foot shuffle him elsewhere.
Yeah.
By the way, I read earlier. Guts said, watch out for minors. I'm like, dude, you saw the description. I swear like a sailor on this fucking show. And this is my show.
Match.
Yeah.
Just saying, like, you don't need to warn the kiddies. The disclaimer does. And if there's someone popping out on this chat saying you shouldn't be swearing, I'm like, we're not a kid's show. Fuck off. Anyway.
Nope.
Nothing against you guys. We did get the email. I don't think we're gonna get to it, but you did have some good points. I did read it. Just as a heads up. I don't know if we're gonna have time to read it, unfortunately. But it was received.
I would say the Owen Hart belts look pretty nice. For those who aren't aware, they're modeled after the old Stampede World title.
I was going to comment
there
on
was
that myself.
comparison
I thought
pictures
that was
all
nice.
over the internet, and it is a beautiful tribute, by the way.
Looks great.
Yeah,
Looks
and you can make arguments left and right about whether or not Samoa Joe or Ruby Soho should have gotten their respective wins. I think a bigger debate could have been for Ruby Soho, but at the same time, having the power couple thing makes perfect sense, and those two are still riding really high, so giving them the 2 belts.
It's not the right move short term, but long term it could lead to something more. So it's one of those.
Yeah.
Do I like it? No. Do I agree with it? No. But at the same time, Ruby Soho got her win back in that tag match on Wednesday. Take what you can. They're still doing something with her. She might even turn heel, and I'm okay with that. Oh, by the way, I did just answer one of the questions by gut. So there you go. It was read inadvertently. There you go. You got your answer on one of those questions.
Yeah,
it was
now,
actually.
I want to address the controversy regarding the 6-person tag match, the mixed tag match.
Yeah.
Because everywhere online they're saying they can't challenge as long as Sky is champion, but nowhere on television has that ever been even hinted at. Not by commentary, not by Scorpio, not by anyone. Everyone has said on TV that Sammy and Frankie can never challenge for the belts again. So
That's not what's on commentary during the pay-per-view.
I did not hear that.
Yeah,
we were yakking off during that call anyway, so we couldn't
after the
defer
match was over, the commentary said now they can never challenge Scorpio Sky ever again.
So that was Excalibur, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
So he was on the ball on that one.
Which I'm grateful for because I did not care for this intergender.
This was
easily
an easy
worst match of the night.
This was an easy way of saying get this shit out of the way so we could get to the good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was easily worst match of the night.
And it's something to do with the people involved. They're all doing their best, although Paige, easily the greenest person.
Paige Van Sant, greenest person as you were going to mention. And
Ty had to literally scream everything at her.
Yeah.
Scream it. Not just, hey, get over here, get over here. She had to literally scream at the top of her lungs every spot they did.
You could tell that she is not TV ready, obviously. She's not even house show ready. But
there's potential.
From a physical perspective, and I think, Shin, you were going to say that, she did okay.
Yeah, there's potential in Paige Van Zandt. Just needs a lot of seasoning.
No, forget seasoning. She's still undercooked.
That
still
too.
undercooked, yeah.
She is undercooked because seasoning is something you do after they're cooked. She's still in the middle of baking.
Yeah, but the big thing is obviously the controversy with CM Punk and winning the AEW title. Honestly, I'm of two minds of this because Punk becoming champion, Paige's reign was at least long enough to not be considered a dud run.
Not even close.
A lot of people have been saying that Paige's run was terrible, that it was shit run. No.
They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. If you hear one of those people, ignore them. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
If you want a bad title run, watch Big E's WWE title run.
Watch Kofi's. Watch Kofi's. It ended just worse.
Watch half of the WWE champion runs in the Fed and see how many of those runs pale in comparison to what Paige went through in these last few months.
Now, will it go down as the best title reign ever, or even title reign of the year? No, but it's not gonna go on the worst list, folks.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I would even go so far as to say this is just another page in the story of Hangman Adam Page, because I mentioned it last week how he had a lot of pressure on him because he was the first AEW world champion who wasn't a world champion in another company. And this is him, just the pressure getting to him, and that ending sequence that called back to Piper Hart, that was just basically the pressure.
That was the pressure getting to him, which is a great story beat. Folks, he will be champion again. It is not if, it is when.
Yeah, when he gets a second title run, it will be a longer and better one than this one. Not to say this one was bad, but the next one, he'll be way better. Onwards
and upwards at that point. And rumor has it he might face someone from New Japan, a big name. Some say Okada, some saying others. Either way, he will be busy in a month for sure.
Yeah, he's not done.
And for those, I heard a lot of people, both on Twitter and on TikTok, saying, I wanted at the beginning of the match, I wanted Punk to win, and at the end, I wanted to leave for another 7 years. And I'm with Smith Sessions, like, folks, this is the natural progression of the comeback. It was going to happen regardless of when. This was...
Yeah, Punk had to win that title eventually. He was going to become champion because it was the natural evolution of things. He was making it clear he wanted to prove he was the best. He was still the best in the world. Well, how else do you prove that than become the top champion? It was going to happen.
At the very least, this is a story that was built up well, and it did feel like, at least from a story perspective, that this was earned. This didn't come out of nowhere. It didn't feel like a cheap nostalgic pop.
If they wanted to do the cheap nostalgic pop, he would have wanted that all out last year.
Yeah, but no, they've been building him up with some epic feuds over the last several months. The pinnacle being him and MJF. Him going up to this point was the inevitable next step.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to gloss over a lot of stuff here in the discussion, just to talk about MJF and the future of CM Punk as world champion. But I'll just go over like a couple of things I liked, and then we'll just go for the review here. I loved that Hookhausen and Hookhausen match was straight comedy and so much of a welcome thing to start.
And we actually got to see Danhausen wrestle.
And folks, I've seen him a couple of times. He good.
I mean, I've seen a couple of things here from Danhausen. I knew he was a good wrestler, but now the world has seen that he's not just a comedy gimmick, that the guy can go. You watch. Shit's going to start happening with him pretty soon. Now they know he's not just funny man. He's a funny man who can fucking fight.
It's Orange Cassidy all over again.
Yep.
And you watch, it's going to wind up with Chris Jericho versus Danhausen in about a year and a half.
I wouldn't be surprised by that. Jericho's always down to help out people on the lower card because, that's what people did for him. So he's like,
and you can see it. Jericho's calling himself the Wizard now. How about the Wizard versus Danhausen?
Tell me that shit wouldn't print money.
And speaking of Chris Jericho, goddamn the Anarchy in the Arena match.
Oh my God.
Or as I like to call it,
clusterfuck in the best fucking way. Folks, as advertised.
As I like to call it, the Def Jam Death Match.
That's what it was. That's what it was. And there will be iconic imagery of Eddie Kingston, blood all over himself on his white Yankee shirt, carrying it with that zombified look on his face.
Yeah.
Carrying a gas can, about to kill Chris Jericho.
If I could put an anime comparison to this, think of the anime and the Stadium Stampede matches like Dragon Ball fights. It was just over the top and hilarious and just the what you'd expect out of a match like that. This match, this was a straight up Baki fight. This was brutality on a level that like they didn't come here to play around. They didn't come here to make references or do funny spots. This was a fucking gang war.
Yeah, and I'm gonna stop. Look, Enigma, I love you, but no, they already have blood and guts. They're doing war games in a month. We don't need no Inferno match.
No.
War games is more than enough for that feud. But continue, Shin.
And what helped sell this match? That fucking promo from Eddie Kingston.
Folks, if MJF didn't cut that promo, Eddie's pre-match promo was clip of the week.
It was dark. It was brutal, intense. I was legitimately scared for Chris Jericho because of how intense Eddie was. And that last line.
If we had time, I would have stopped the review and played it for you folks. That was the plan.
Look it up.
It's on Twitter. It's all over the place. If it weren't for MJF's promo on Wednesday, that's number 2. Right now, it's number 2 on promo of the year. And at this point, I'm watching both to see because there will be a debate in my head.
And that last line, Eddie said, "I drink to drown my demons, but they know how to swim.
They know how to float."
And as we know that's a repeat from his beginning line, but the tone changes completely.
Like he begins in a desperation as like, Jericho, what have you done? I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this to. I want to do this. He went from desperation and fear to, that's it. I'm done. You're dead.
Yeah, it went from, I don't know how to handle this to, okay, now you're going to fucking die. And it's all your fault.
Which again, and all this anarchy in that arena, there was a story told.
God damn it. That might be one of the best matches all year. It got 5 stars from The Observer.
Anarchy got 5 stars?
Damn.
Dave loved the cuss. God damn. Do you have the end this night button, Sean? I can't even talk.
I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah, here it is.
The end is nigh. The end is nigh. Run away. The end is nigh.
Thank you.
What, is Dave Meltzer not like bloody matches?
No, but this is not typically the kind of match that would tickle Mr. Meltzer's fancy.
Yeah.
Well, it would have gotten 6 stars, but it wasn't in the Tokyo Dome.
There you go. There you go.
And
JC Anarchy deserves 1 star. And again, you know.
We talked on Twitter about it. He wasn't a fan of the opening moments, especially with all the camera cuts.
Yeah, there was a lot of WWE attached to it, but I think that was intentional.
Remember, this is supposed to be wrestlers versus sports entertainers, so throwing a little bit of that Kevin Dunn-esque camera cutting might have just been part of the gimmick. And then again, you had you had 10 guys going at each other all over the fucking arena. There was so much shit happening at any given moment. Like, literally, there would be like 3 big epic moments happening almost at the exact same time. It was impossible to keep up.
Oh, shout out to the person on Twitter who posted their fan cam of Eddie Kingston and Danny Garcia fighting backstage. Very nice stuff.
Beautiful. Thank you for that, by the way.
And of course, the first 5-6 minutes, nothing but a dedication to fucking New Jack.
Yeah, because I got that immediately. Oh God, this is. I was getting New Jack vibes.
He was.
In my mind, I was split between New Jack and Def Jam.
Yeah, because of a Wild Thing looped over, and as soon as it looped over, and I immediately went New Jack.
New Jack.
All we need now is for Funkmaster Flex to get on commentary.
Oh, fuck.
I don't think the world is ready for Excalibur, Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, and Flex.
No.
No one's
think
ready.
Our brains can handle that.
We're not ready for that.
I think Thunder Rosa and Serena had a beautiful match, by the way. The crowd was just dead tired, unfortunately, but they kept them in there because you could tell either when it's a bored crowd or a tired crowd. And that was a tired crowd that, you know what? They still appreciated the wrestling. And
it was a great technical match.
Yeah.
It was. It was a case of they wanted to enjoy it. They wanted to stay hyped, but they were, after everything else that had happened, they were dead. I mean, this was literally
it took literal anarchy in the arena to get them back up.
Hey, actually, I'm glad they put it on before, not after Anarchy in the Arena, because oh boy,
this would have been that.
They would have
match
been a dead crowd.
Death.
They would have been a dead crowd no matter what after Anarchy in the Arena. I'm amazed. I'm amazed the last 2 matches were able to keep it going because, good God, I'm amazed they had anything left after that.
And a bit of a note on Bucks versus Hardys. Jeff was, I believe we all felt Jeff was feeling off. That's what he was off. Not in a drugs way, just off. He had a very off night, and that's why he was injured
on the Darby Allin match.
Yeah.
No, actually, there's actually a little bit more to that. Matt said in his podcast that very early on the match he got knocked out.
Yeah. Oh, that probably also didn't help. So
that probably did not help. Anyway,
and according to Matt, Jeff has no recollection of that match,
which generally happens when you have a concussion.
Yeah.
So don't be surprised if you don't see him for the rest of the month.
I wouldn't say the rest of the month, but he's definitely going to take at least another week off.
He should.
At least.
Actually, they should take the month off. Just saying, hey, it's a concussion. We're not taking chances.
Yeah, but you know how these guys are, especially since this is supposed to be the final
Jeff, don't
big
give a
run.
fuck. I know, but if I'm Tony Khan, I'm like, dude, you had a concussion or you had close to one. Rust. We can still use you later.
Just let everyone know just how concussions can affect people. Everyone remembers the Daniel Bryan yes chant from the top of the cage where the whole arena was going along with him.
You don't remember it.
Nope, not at all.
Yep.
He was completely out of it the whole time. So somehow, despite being basically zombified, he was able to climb to the top of the cage and do the whole yes thing while completely, like I said, unconscious in the head, just moving on muscle memory.
That's freaking scary as hell. Anyway,
that's adrenaline. And also, Enigma Rosa should face Julia Hart. That's an interesting thought.
Down the road, wouldn't be against it. Anyway, we should probably get to the review because we're running low on time here.
No, we got about 55 seconds left. Like I said, I am budgeting the time. We have enough time to talk about it. I'm just going through some notes here. I believe that's all of them.
Groovy.
Yes.
So is it time to
that is groovy. Kyle O'Reilly versus Darby Allin was good for what it was, as well as what's gonna add to it there. And let's do some pointage, boys.
All right, I guess I'll start us off here since I'm the guest as always. For me, this pay-per-view was this is supposed to be the WrestleMania of AEW. This is their big pay-per-view. This is their Starrcade. Even though Starrcade was more often than not shit, but you get my point.
Yeah. Hey, the early years of Starrcade were amazing.
You get my point, though. You get my point. This is the big pay-per-view for AEW. And I'd say, for the most part, it lived up to that. There were a couple rough spots. I'd say easily worst match of the night goes to the American Top Team versus Frankie, Sammy, and Ty. Best match of the night, it's debatable, but I think Anarchy in the Arena just barely inches that one out. But, man, there were some good ones in there in between. But there really, if there was only one even off match or bad match, that's still a damn good pay-per-view, and everything else after that was fucking fire. So for me, I'd say a solid 4 stars for this one.
Before we let Shin and T-Dub say, JC, I cannot fairly grade Double or Nothing because of the technical difficulties that ruined my experience watching it. We were watching through with shades through Bleacher Report. That just confirms it just wasn't just your internet. It was Bleacher Report fucking up.
Though I think for me it was the fact that my word of advice, people, don't try to watch a stream for too long using Firefox. It will not work well.
Yeah, everybody was having problems with Bleacher Report.
Yeah,
it wasn't just you. I'm trying to massage your ego a little bit.
Just to let you know,
my ego's fine.
Here's the thing: they actually Excalibur had to acknowledge it on commentary. It was that bad.
Yeah.
So that's fair enough. And Easy was having issues so much that he got a refund. By the way, he was we tried to get him on our call, but it was too late. He had already jumped offline. So yeah, go ahead, Shin. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
As for me, I was put in a very difficult position all week, so I'm gonna have to do something a first for the Wrestle-Cast. I'm gonna have to give the show 2 independent grades.
Oh,
because I felt like the first chunk of Double or Nothing was mediocre to mid at best. A lot of things. Some of the matches kind of dragged at the start. Probably the only one that really got me hype was the trios match between Death Triangle and House of Black.
Yeah.
But from Darby versus Kyle onward, those last 5 matches, nothing but fucking bangers. Just excellence all the way through from that point onward. So for the first chunk of Double or Nothing, I got to give it a 3 out of 5. Just mid, nothing too terrible, just enough to keep you interested, but not enough to really get you up. But those last 5, 4.8. Just from Darby and Kyle killing it, Thunder Rosa and Deeb having in my opinion, the best women's match that AEW has ever put on. Quote me on that. The insanity that was the Anarchy in the Arena match, that amazing triple threat tag team match, and the world title match that saw Punk win. I gotta give it I gotta rate it a lot higher than the first chunk. So that's just me.
So if you're gonna give it like one independent one note for the one fucker keeping track at home, and folks, that's not me anymore. It sounds like you're giving it a 3.8 to a 4 out of 5. Like, as a whole.
As a whole, I would say somewhere between 3.8 and a 4.
See, that makes sense. T-Dub.
I gotta give it a 4 as well. Overall, it was really good stuff, and only one real match on here that really just went below the average of everything else. But even then, that was not due to the effort of everyone involved. It was just they were stuck in a really bad creative storyline, so they were making the best of it. And shout out to Ty and Sammy's outfits, especially because they were done at the last minute.
Really?
Jesus.
That entrance gear was last minute?
Yeah, on Sammy's vlog, he showed the two seamsters. I can't remember one of them. Name one of them is Sandra, who she appears all the time. She's an older woman. They were making their gear just 3 matches before he was set to go on.
Jesus.
Fuck.
Yeah, they were just making both their gear just as they were just a few matches away. And also got a nice little behind the scenes of their entrance. They had to duck under the stage in order to get to the little elevation platform.
Especially Ty with that fucking hat.
Yeah.
Those fucking horns.
Yeah, they
Thank God for smoke.
Yes, they're actually blowing smoke all over the under the arena and into the little compartment elevator that they were taking up. So yeah, if you ever want to see some behind the scenes stuff, Sammy's vlog.
Sammy's vlog. The Bucks are usually good with being the elite, though this time it wasn't as much. But yeah, Sammy was a good one. Ethan Page, until he retired his behind the scenes vlog, his fake name no gimmick show. He was a good one for behind the scenes stuff.
Is there a wrestling company that has more behind the scenes footage than AEW?
No, they have lived for everyone doing their own vlogs and stuff like that. I can't even name how many wrestlers have done vlogs for AEW.
We never got to see anywhere near this much backstage footage from WWE.
No.
It's so secretive. Whereas in AEW, there are so many people doing vlogs, getting to see behind the scenes stuff.
It's amazing. WWE has at least on the Big Four, they have behind the scenes camera all the time, and yet nothing sneaks out unless it's squeaky clean process and fits improved. AEW, they got a behind the scenes vlog at least once a week now.
Yeah, and from multiple wrestlers.
Yeah.
You got Ali, you got Thunder Rosa, you got Sammy Guevara, you got all the people being the elite have in their show. You have so many people showing their behind the scenes lives. It does help connect with.
And for a while, Ethan Page just recently stopped doing it. He's still doing his toy hunt vlogs, and those are a treat every Sunday. But yeah, he used to do it up until 2 weeks ago.
Oh, no, Slickwork says the other guy from the vlog is a regular from his neck of the woods. Nice.
There you go. That is awesome. Now, as far as my note, now a lot of people are going to, it's a very divisive thing. Is it too long? Absolutely. Though for the reason for why it being too long, I will not argue. So that, for me, that can't, the too long and the reason behind to it, throw it out, throw it in the trash can, it cancels everything out.
Okay.
So that's where my head is going. Now, was it long? Abso-fucking-lutely. I was fucking dead tired after the end of that thing. But, again, the reason for it, that cancels it out. A lot of people are going to say this was the worst pay-per-view of all time. This. The people who are shitting on it for reasons both legitimate or not legitimate don't listen to them. They just couldn't take the fact that it was too fucking long. Legitimate or illegitimate, throw it out. This was still a fun show. And yeah, there were some duds. I mean, the 6-man tag, the Paige Van Zandt debut was not as advertised. It was what it was. But there was so much good stuff. The 6-man tag between the House of Black, that wasn't the worst match, and that was in that first part. And I think that's what propped it up to a 3 on your end.
Also, shout out to Pac's mask during his entrance.
Beautiful.
And looks like Pento Meadows' kid.
He was like the yin and he looked like he was the glue of the trio, which that was a nice touch.
Also, the Pento Scudo's kid.
Mini
Oh,
Pento.
that was adorable as shit.
Daw, Sarah, and he's doing the Sarah. Daw.
Okay, now we need a tag match. Pento Oscuro and his kid versus Josh Alexander and his kid.
Special guest referee, Matt Hart, one of Matt Hardy's kids. You would book it. You would book it, T-Dub. Come on.
Special timekeeper, -1.
Yeah. Absolutely. And he hits the bell with a kendo stick.
There you go.
That's because that's his gimmick. Anyway, so to judge it fairly you would have to look at all the context. At the time, I was thinking 3.5. At the time. But a lot of people saying, I was like, oh, I like that match. I like the story. I like the match of the main event. Yeah, not everything hit well, but it hit enough. And you are talking about this show at the end of the show for whatever reason. You were talking about it before, during, and after. And isn't that the fucking point of this? Like the whole thing about wrestling, it's to pay for the thing. We paid for the thing, and we're still talking about it, thinking, oh, I might pay for the next thing. Isn't that the fucking point? And we had some good show. We had some good shit. To say that it was mediocre, it's not fair. They're not. At the very beginning of AEW, if y'all remember correctly, I said that there will be bangers, there will be some all-time greats, but there'll also be bad things. There are going to be things that will make you think, oh, this was bad, and all that stuff. And I would say that we would treat it fairly. Now, again, was it too long? Oh, we're still going to shit on that. But I'm not going to say, oh, Martha Hart was not. No, it was totally worth it. Because we don't.
You know what, Matty, I'd like to say something here because I would like to address the AEW marks. You know,
fair.
Because this is the thing that are a lot of the AEW marks and the Fed defenders. Because that's what you are. If you are still defending the Fed after all their shit they've pulled, you are a defender. You are a fucking white knighting the Fed. Here's the thing. If you are expecting AEW to be perfect, you're out of your fucking mind. No promotion is going to bat 1,000. They're going to have off days. They're going to have off matches. Not everything's going to be perfect. But if you look at the ratio of good to bad matches, I don't care about Meltzer's 5-star matches. I don't give two shits. Just look at the quality of the matches for your own fucking eyes. Oh yeah, the Defenders. There you go.
Defenders. Like the Defenders. Good one, MD.
Defenders. I like that.
Thank you, MD Commissioner.
I'm
the Defenders, if you will.
The Defenders. I'm stealing that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm stealing that. But if you look at the quality of all of the matches, regardless of star ratings or anything else, because I think MJF was right about that. No, everyone's chasing star ratings. Fuck that noise. But the matches
that's a great transition, by the way. That's a great
know, right? It's like I'm setting you up here.
Segue.
It's like I'm setting you up here. But if you look at the actual matches themselves and just see how just fucking amazing a lot of these guys are, they're still putting on amazing matches regardless of anything else. And even some of their lesser matches are still miles above half the matches in the Fed right now. So honestly, shut the fuck up and enjoy some good wrestling. If you liked the Fed but still can appreciate AEW, you are not a D-Fedder. You are a wrestling fan, and you're welcome here. If you are trying to pick sides, off.
Thank you. So here's what I'm saying on this. Some of them had an off night at the worst possible time. It happens. They'll be back for more later. That being said, it is still a solid 4 out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I stand on this. Speaking of Wednesday, now, well, actually, is there anything else before we get to the to the Wednesday madness?
Yep. First up, we have the unfortunate death of Melanie Pellman.
We got to bring that up. For those wondering, the mother of Brian Pillman Jr. and widow to aforementioned Brian Pillman, who will be mentioned again a little later.
Poor thing.
Oh yeah. We don't know what. Do we know the official cause, or do we?
Not that
do
I'm
we
aware of.
care to know?
Just the only thing saw about it was Brian Jr.'s Twitter post about it.
And that's how I learned as well.
Worst fucking timing, considering he's got to, they're going to have to follow up on Julia Hart for too long.
Name, have we all forgotten the event that was super slippery? What do you? Oh, what do you mean? Super slippery. continue. We'll get a response from him, obviously.
Well, next on my list was Kyle Hebert appearing on Sammy's vlog.
Yeah.
My boy Kamina! Kamina is all elite, bitches!
Those who aren't aware, Sammy Guevara is the biggest Dragon Ball fan in the world, to a point where he has so many toys, Ty is telling the fans, stop bringing them to the meet and greets. They don't have room for them.
Here's an idea. Do what Ethan Page does. Get a big honking house. Basements where everything goes. The one with the mimosa match and Matt Sydal slipping in his debut on the top rope. That was Double or Nothing a couple of years ago, I think.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Which they end up tying that back into the world of wrestling by saying, "Oh, that was Nakazawa messing with the ropes."
Fair.
And then Matt Sydal got his revenge by beating the shit out of Nakazawa.
It's very true.
Yep.
Let's see, next year, some big news. W. Morrissey's has departed from Impact Wrestling. And
I was surprised by that. He was having a decent run there.
I was full on, like, he was going to be world champion very soon. But now I guess we know why he wasn't. Because he might be heading elsewhere. Possibly to AEW, possibly to ROH, possibly back to the Fed.
The fact that he had such a great run with Impact, the fact that he looked so damn good on national TV on when he faced against Wardlow, wherever he goes, the man is about to be paid, and he will have earned it.
Yep, agreed.
And,
absolutely agreed.
And you know who's getting paid a lot right now? Who's going to be making a whole lot more money right now? The man who just made Bullet Club inevitable. Their newest member, the X Division champion of the world, Ace Austin.
I saw that, and I'm like, that is such an excellent fit. Chris Bay and Ace Austin of Impact are in part of Bullet Club. I am not complaining.
Well, they needed more members to create more of a presence in Impact.
Yeah, and it'll just bolster the foreigner side of Bullet Club, which is the one side they should be bolstering in the first place.
Are you saying you're not a fan of the House of Torture?
Who is a fan of the House of Torture at this point?
Gato is.
Who?
Gato.
Yeah, but he's the booker. He doesn't count. I mean, he counts, but he doesn't count at the same time.
Do you know what does count? The one thing that counts is the one thing that creates the weekend. Without this, the weekend would not even exist. And that is the Wrestling Games Grand Prix Championship. And unfortunately, everybody listening, I have terrible news. The reign of the Tribal Cheeks has come to an end by the hand of his own relative.
Yep. The Rock is a champion. I think, what was the game? It was Shut Your Mouth?
Yes. SmackDown Shut Your Mouth.
It was a good run, and next week is the 1-year anniversary of the Wrestling Games Grand Prix, so it's The Rock versus, who we don't know yet. We're going to find out on Friday.
Not yet, but now me and Shin, we are deprived of our dream match. The Tribal Cheeks.
Here's what you do. Blood, John Blood, I don't know if you're listening. He's probably not, but if he does, it's a 2-match card. The main event, obviously, the WGGP, The Rock versus whoever the YouTube audience does. But you cannot deprive of the Tribal Cheeks and Boom Boom Jim Ross.
We must have it.
Tribal Cheeks versus the Boom Boom Buns.
That is your undercard match. That is your opener. That is your curtain jerker on Friday at 4:15.
There can only be one Master of the Stink Face in WGGP.
I can only imagine people who don't watch New Legacy going, what the fuck are you guys talking about? I can only imagine. And you know what? You know what? I would say I'm sorry, but I'm not. You should be watching New Legacy Inc.
And that's all I have as far as news, so let's get on.
If for nothing else, I'll be watching for all the bad Stone Cold impressions.
I got one bit of news that we skipped over.
All right, what you got, Shin?
a nice mazel tov, as it was reported earlier today. Sammy Guevara popped the question to take Conti in France, and she said yes.
I do have it on my list for a little later, but there you go. A hearty congratulations to Ty and Sammy.
Yeah, good on them.
Yeah.
Their gimmicks may be annoying on camera, but as people, I say congratulations.
It's obvious they love each other, so why not?
And now Dynamite live from LACA, aka Southern California.
SCU?
SCU is dead and buried.
But you still want to say it.
No, I don't. It's dead.
This is the worst podcast I've ever been in.
I know, guys, right? We got T-Dub over here sucking off Jay White, and somehow that Matt Taven loser, whoever the hell he is. You got James over here making comments about Toku Time. Who the fuck watches Toku Time? And we got Matty over here watching it, and everybody else. I'm just saying, things were better when we were in SCU.
Surprisingly unplanned, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, as far as Wednesday's Dynamite goes, the entire night was already off to it was a great show, but there are two segments that got everybody talking.
All right, first up, we start off with CM Punk and FTR taking on Max Caster and the Ass Boys.
Yep.
Ass Boys. Yes. Yes.
Scissor me, daddy ass.
Scissor me, daddy ass.
I love the gimmick going on between the Acclaimed and the Ass Boys because, my God, they are playing it up to 11.
And I'm calling it right now. Within the next 3 to 5 months, Acclaimed are going to be baby faces.
Oh, they're over like fucking Rover right now.
Oh yeah.
And the Ass Boys are getting all the heat from it because they're doing that whole thing of getting the wrong city name every time. While then when they hand it over to Anthony Bowens and gets it right, he's getting all the pops.
Folks, it's a triple threat between MJF, Eddie Kingston, and Max Caster on who's best on the mic this year right now. And I don't know who to pick.
It's fucking like Max Caster, like literally like the day that the verdict came in for the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial.
By the way, that was Wednesday. That was the day. Literally hours after it happened, he brought it up. I'm like, he had that ready.
Killer.
He knows how to be topical.
Yes,
he does. They don't wait a week to clean everything up. No, Tony's like, you know what? Drop it. Let him drop it. Because it's gonna get a pop, and by God, did it get a fucking pop.
But not as big of a pop as CM Punk's opponent. So after the match, CM Punk and FTR, they start cutting a promo, and
CM Punk went, you know what? I'm gonna be there. Who's behind the door? And out comes Hiroshi Tanahashi and Roof.
Oh, I thought you were gonna play the Secretariat music.
No, this is a case of Tanahashi comes out and we pull a George Carlin. Roof flies off.
Though, you know what? Just to appease my buddy over here, let me see if I still have it in the first place. Do I still have it? Come on, I should still have it. Where's the doorbell? Oh no! I think I might have archived it. No.
Now here's the funny part, guys. Real quick, because we were in our group call and Matty had it streaming through TSN. You know.
Yeah.
Right as Punk and Dax Harwood are cutting their promo, TSN just goes to shit. Like this was TSN,
and and for my fellow Canadians, he's streaming TSN. No, I can legally stream TSN. I'm paying my $20 a month, Canadian. But
yeah, the stream dies and we're panicking. Now, I'll admit I kind of had to go to some alternative means because that was what you had to do. But the moment I get the stream up, I see Hiroshi Tanahashi on the stage, and I lose my shit. I'm like, because I know who the fuck Hiroshi Tanahashi is. I know I don't watch New Japan, but I know who the fuck he is. So I'm like, boys, you need to see this!
He's marking out. We're going, what? He turns on the screen share. We turn it on, and here's Hiroshi Tanahashi just casually walking up. Roof's already off the damn place, and he's doing the belt sign.
Like, holy shit.
We're marking the fuck out at this point. By the way,
Who's that at the door?
Craig Ferguson reference. Yes, we're that deep of a cut at this point.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
Then we get to the big one, ladies and gentlemen.
So, context. At up until early in the afternoon of the show, so a little bit about an hour after Amber Heard found out she's owing a shitload of money. That's my topical humor. What can I tell you? We're thinking MJF is gone. They're gonna wrestle him. He took 10 power bombs. We're thinking, okay, injury angle. And the thought is he's gone for a couple of weeks minimum. AEW on social media. Not just a graphic, nothing, no text, no nothing, just a graphic that says MJF to appear on Dynamite. He appears. Somewhat selling the injury. I mean, at that point, it's still very much in work mode, as MJF would be. A little disheveled. He's not full suited. I mean, again, going into the sell mode here. He goes to the camera. Not even speaking into the microphone, he's just cut the music. They cut the music. The throat thing, cut the music. Walks into the ring, and you heard portions of that promo. Let's break that down, shall we, boys?
Oh, now there has been, as Enigma has pointed out in the chat, people have been trying to debate: is this a work or is this a shoot? Here is my answer for you: it's both. It started as a shoot. We had been hearing the reports of MJF wanting to fly out of the thing. We've been hearing for months now about disputes backstage regarding MJF's pay, how he feels underpaid, how he feels he's not getting the due respect, everything like that. We've been hearing that for months now.
And that dirty laundry got aired the fuck out. Now, I know you want to take over because it's you, but this is my show.
Sorry.
So we all heard about it. Y'all heard the opinions. At this point, we'll just be adding our own to the sea of opinions here. I will say this: work or shoot? Yes. The question is though, where was the line between work and shoot? And it's so blurred that you could throw a dart and be 50-50 on the matter at this point. I think Double or Nothing weekend itself was the line. Now, was it when he decided to walk out of the meet and greet? That could have been shoot. Could have been work. Your guess is as good as mine. My reaction to that was as simple. And then, of course, I think, and this is my conspiracy tinfoil hat, I think someone told SRS that there was a plane ticket to draw the line.
Well, there was a plane ticket. There was a physical ticket that he was shown.
Yes.
And I think somewhere between that and, because that was Friday, and Saturday, the line was subtly drawn. And whatever happened next, work. That will be my guess. That is my theory. That is my speculation. I don't know jack shit more than you. I do not know more than what you guys do. And I'm pretty sure even SRS knows about as much as we do at this point.
What they do know is, if you want to prove this is a work, after they cut the feed, quote unquote, the camera stayed on MJF even after CM Punk walked out to chase him off. The cameras kept following MJF.
Yeah, on Fight, you saw it. On TNT, it was cut off, and it was cut to the commentary crew to get to the next thing.
No, it was just cut to commercial for like 3 minutes.
It just cut to commercial, yeah.
But people have caught backstage that, apparently he was chased off by CM Punk, and I think there was somebody else at the top of the stage, but I couldn't make out who it was.
One of the Jacksons.
Oh, it was
I
one
believe
of
it
the
was
Jacksons.
Matt
It was one of the
Jackson,
Bucks.
if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
But you know,
I couldn't see from the shot I
Yeah.
saw. But they are working this hard, and here's how you know they're working. Here's another sign that they're really trying to blur the line. He has now been removed. Not all of his merchandise has been removed from the AEW shop, and his profile has been removed from the website.
So they're doing a good job working, because they not only did that, but they also did not acknowledge the promo for the rest of the night. That was a nice touch.
that was and TJ, and we have to give full credit to TJ Omega on our private call chat there. He noted a very simple thing. When MJF talked about the ex WWE guys, what was the following match?
Oh, two ex WWE guys.
There you go.
Okay.
Fucking genius, to quote TJ Omega. For those wondering, Johnny Elite, John Hennigan, versus... actually, I should give the reins back to you, T-Dub.
Oh, versus God's favorite champion, the man who seemingly has a never-ending path to fight his God now, Miro!
The Redeemer is back, and he is pissed the fuck off.
I'm not gonna lie, a part of me kind of feels bad for John Hennigan right now, because, for fuck's sake, he's only had 2 big matches on television. You know, take out Dark and Elevation. He's had 2 matches on television, and he's lost both. And this one, he lost pretty handedly.
You know what? I'm going to say this right now. I don't think if he's signed with AEW, we don't know it. But if I were to put a guess on it, I get the feeling it's one of them short-term deals. That was Matt Cardona short-term deals.
Here's the thing. We know he's not fully signed because they have yet to put out the graphic. If there's no graphic, he's not signed.
They're usually good about that, except for the MJF stuff, especially with Wardlow. But, you know.
I have sacrificed Johnny Elite's soul to my God. Now I will sacrifice his body to my hot, flexible wife.
By the way, for those wondering, well, aren't you talking about more about MJF, folks? This is an ongoing thing, and I'm going to throw this right off the bat before we get too far. This is the beginning of where we see MJF as world champion.
Yeah,
and JC brought it up earlier. He thinks MJF will be world champion. I'll double down on that hot take.
Yeah,
From now on, he'll be the same douchebag prick character, but at the end of the night, at the end of the summer, in fact, CM Punk will fall to MJF, and MJF will be the AEW World Champion. When? All Out.
Yeah.
I think that
And
makes sense.
here's how you'll do it. I'll throw in an extra on that. He will not lose, and he will not win dirty. He will win clean as a sheet every time. Why? To eliminate any doubt in your mind. You will want to hate him, but when he lifts the belt high above in that post-match promo, I am better than you, and you know it, you will not be able to deny it.
Not at all.
That promo is the genesis of that story.
And speaking of promos, we also got one from the Jericho Appreciation Society bragging about their victory, but then out came Eddie Kingston and Regal, and, well, we finally got Regal to say those 3 lovely words.
Blood and guts!
We've been waiting for a while, but it was worth the wait.
Yes,
he said the thing, and we popped, we marked out. Yay.
But of course,
I mean, he can't say War Games anymore, so this is the next best thing.
then Eddie Kingston started a fight with JAS, but turns out that was all a distraction for Ortiz to cut some of Jericho's hair.
The result, somewhere between War Games. Yeah, I'll fucking call it War Games. I don't care if that's what it is.
It's between Ortiz and Jericho are having their hair versus hair match on July 15th.
Oh, so it's after.
Yep.
That's where you would think it'd be in the middle of it. No, whatever. Someone wants a haircut.
Is it July or is it June 15th?
I saw June.
Probably June 15th.
I saw
We'll keep
June.
an eye.
Yeah,
We'll double check
it's
that.
in
We'll
July.
double check
It's in July.
It's in July?
Is it?
Yeah. Last time I checked, yeah.
Hold on. Let's verify
I
that
know
real
it's going to
quick.
be after. I know it's going to be after Blood and Guts.
Which is weird considering, and that's Ortiz, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Ortiz, Jericho, hair versus hair. Caballero versus Caballero. Lucha de apuestas.
I know you love those things. Hell yeah, Road Rager, July 15th.
All right, I wasn't out of my mind. I was
Yeah,
right
you were.
down.
I thought that for a second. I thought like that's a great build-up match right there, but no, that it will be after.
Yeah, I knew I was right because I was actually writing this all down as I was watching the show for once, just so I could have all organized.
Good call. But yeah, there it is. There's a graphic, July 15th, St. Louis.
And
There you go.
And they also announced that
And MD Commissioner, I think they made a graphic botch. It read July, but Shivani said in 2 weeks. We'll find out next week at this point. It said July, so...
I guess we'll find out once we get to the
hold
show.
on. Let me check the calendar while you do that.
All right, you do that.
June 15th is on a Wednesday. July 15th is on a Friday.
So, Rampage? Could it be
Could be
a live
Rampage. Could be Dynamite. Either way, if it is intended for 2 weeks, graphic botch. If it's intended for St. Louis,
then I
we
guess
got a hair versus hair match in July.
The only way to really justify that is if it's a live Rampage, because you do not do a hair versus hair match on a tape show.
No, you would have to fight the spoiler trolls. Continue.
All right, so also know that Blood and Guts is official and will be taking place in Detroit.
Go ahead.
Wait.
Fucking go ahead.
Yeah,
Detroit.
Detroit?
No, not Detroit. No, please. Anything but that. No.
Y'all motherfuckers joke because it's Hockey Town, USA.
Goddamn right.
Hey, Hockey Town!
What?
Anyways, moving on here. This year we also have Lethal Dunn and Singh attacking Samoa Joe backstage.
That actually happened at the pay-per-view, but it happened off air. So
It was a little recap video.
So I guess Samoa Joe's off for a couple of weeks.
Well, he did get signed on to be the physical role for Sweet Tooth.
So he will have a dual voice. So Samoa Joe and Twisted Metal. A lot of people are going to go to Nightland, folks.
Yeah, and funny enough, it's a Peacock series.
I have my concerns.
Peacock, Samoa Joe no longer in the Fed.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Almost as interesting as the Undisputed Elite and Hikuleo defeating Jurassic Express, Christian Cage, Matt Hardy, and Darby Allin.
Cole was slightly injured. They didn't want to take too many chances. Belt looks good on him, and Hikuleo looked good on TV.
Spot of the match for me, Matt Hardy giving everyone the delete headbutts up until we get to Hikuleo, who was like, nah.
Bitch, you know who my grandpa is? Wait, who is it? Oh, Meng. Yeah.
Actually, I think that's just his father.
Well, we thought it was his grandpa, but it's just, bitch, you know who my dad is? Oh.
I'm so sorry. Please don't tell your grandpa. Please don't tell your father on me, please. I don't need him visiting the Hardy compound.
Though to see Meng in the Hardy compound in a broken universe gimmick with the golden spike, just as a random thing.
Also, did anyone notice that it's been months since Jungle Boy has gotten a win on television?
This is leading to something.
Yeah.
Because no champion has had this big a losing streak. None.
And still survive. This is not the Fed, by the way. He's still champion and he's still relevant. It's just one of those carefully weaved around things, I guess you could say.
We also got a backstage promo with Swerve on Our Glory, letting everyone know that they're still a team and they still want those tag belts.
And there was a jacket, and that was it. It was literally just an opportunity to hear that sexy ass voice.
And then we got Athena promo on the stage with Tony Schiavone, but of course after Athena made it clear that she wants the TBS title, Schiavone was told as usual to cut the shit.
And out code Jade, and Jade introduced Stokely Hathaway, and here we go.
By the way, I love the dynamic between Jade and Stokely because you can tell Jade never respected Mark Sterling. However, Jade and Stokely have nothing but respect for each other.
That's where you know. Okay, this is a natural evolution at that point, and it makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah, this is a partnership.
Yeah, equal footing partnership, and Stokely just goddamn amazing promo skills as usual. And it looks like we're setting up some matches here. Got Anna Jay versus Kiera Hogan. We got Chris Statlander versus Red Velvet once again, and of course Athena versus Jade Cargill.
And those are interchangeable through the build-up, and you know what? That's more women's matches on TV. I am not complaining.
And one thing I don't think I'll be complaining about either is Wardlow destroying J.D. Drake.
All right, speed round. Mark Sterling comes out, says, "Hey, you powerbombed too many security guards. We're suing you." Of course, he powerbombs more security guards because do we really give a fuck? They're jobbers.
But before that, I gotta do the thing.
Gotta do the thing? Oh, we gotta do the thing. We gotta do
Leopold.
What? Leopold. Bum 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 bum. Boom. Dun 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 dun. Boom.
And of course, we had Ruby Soho and Tony Storm defeating Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter in a pretty good tag team match to get their heat back, but then the heels attacked to get their heat back, so kind of even footing there.
Wise Jamie Hayter.
Yeah.
Could you stop thinking about Jamie Hayter for 10 seconds?
No.
No.
You know damn well that answer is no.
Well, one person who was forced to be choked down to a yes was Daniel Garcia, as he was defeated by Jon Moxley.
And a fun fucking main event, by the way.
How those guys can have a match like that after having that Anarchy in the Arena match, I will never know, but I am grateful.
Oh, yes, and of course, happening in just less than 20 minutes tonight, Young Bucks versus Lucha Bros, and then Athena versus Kiera Hogan, and Scorpio Sky versus Dante Martin.
And just recently added, Hobbs and Pretty Ricky Starks will be in action.
And next week, we're going to see Hangman taking on David Finlay.
Is Finlay still part of Chaos?
I believe he technically is, yes.
This might set up another Chaos match down the line.
I'm not sure if he's Chaos or main unit.
Actually, he might be main unit, actually.
Damn.
Either way, he is wrestling next week, and hype. All the fucking hype. That being said, we got to do some winners or losers because we are down to the last 15 minutes of the show. But before I do, there is one little news thing. Breaking news from about an hour ago. OSW review. The voting for the Golden Noggers 2022, or the previous arc of OSW review, now open.
All right,
vote your asses off.
Time for me to get my voting in then.
That being said, was anything else need to be brought up, gentlemen?
Nope, not on my end.
We got 15 minutes. Let's have some fun with some winners and or losers. As we begin with losers, we begin with the gentleman with the red shades and the red shirt and the red everything.
The red guy. I honestly don't have any big losers this week in terms of wrestling, because honestly, unless you want to count the marks that we're expecting perfection this weekend on all the defetters, I don't have any big losers. I mean, I don't want to just say say the Fed again, but then again, it's the Fed. So, but that's there's no specific losers I've got this week. So I'll let you guys have the fun with that.
Fair enough. Shin.
D-Cell Battery Award 2 weeks in a row just because he is just a miserable fucking human being. Phil Burnett, a.k.a. Darkside Phil.
Oh, what the fuck did he do this week?
Nothing. I just wanted to put him in there because he still had the audacity to talk shit about Maximilian Dude. So yeah. Fuck. Because Maximilian Dude is such a nice guy and he has such a wholesome family, and because I love Ripley with all of my heart, I love that adorable little baby girl, and the fact that he's just talking shit about him, it deserves him back-to-back D-Cell Battery Award winners. As for losers, I gotta give it to the Fed, simply because they pretty much justified Naomi and Sasha walking out when this week, not only did they scrap the whole women's tag team tournament thing, they scrapped the tag team belts entirely.
Thanks for proving us right there, boys.
So yeah, all you folks saying that she was unprofessional and they're gonna find a tag team that's better than Naomi and Sasha, good luck with that, because those belts don't fucking exist anymore. So yeah, good job, Vince. Good job.
Teed up?
WWE for the fact that after all these months, they still can't find a way to utilize Lacey Evans, as she has recently been moved back to SmackDown.
He's a superstar.
Again.
Like, it's not that difficult. Just have her out there, be a heel at somebody, and then boom, there you go. That's all you need to do. But they're just, as usual, overcomplicating everything.
For me, the Fed, simply because it's the fucking Fed, and you brought up all the reasons we need. They got a pay-per-view, and I don't care about it. It's so much so, we didn't even talk about Hell in a Cell. You know the one thing about the selling point? Rhodes, Rollins, Hell in a Cell. That's it. Which should be, and I will be interested in watching that Hell in a Cell match, because it's Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. They would need Vince McMahon to fuck it up. And I've jinxed it, so I would take the time to publicly apologize to Mr. Rhodes and Mr. Rollins. I might have jinxed you. That being said, let's do winners.
Winners this week for me, I'm gonna go and give it to Maxwell Jacob Friedman, because he is working everybody over and so well that some people don't even know if it's a work anymore. That is some genius character work. That is genius storytelling, even if it started as a shoot. But the fact that you can't tell the difference anymore, that is chef's kiss right there, ladies and gentlemen. You watch. That shit's going places.
Teed up? Oh, no, wait, Shen, sorry.
Easily enough, AEW, just for all the good shit they have been doing this week, all the great matches we had on Double or Nothing, probably one of the best, if not the best episode of Dynamite that we had. Of course, notwithstanding one Maxwell Jacob Friedman, who cut the promo of his fucking life that will go down in history as one of the greatest promos ever. The setup for Forbidden Door and a lot of other stuff that you guys are probably going to bring up that AEW has done. Tay and Sammy for getting engaged. Mazel tov again. And fighting the FGC, because this week at the State of Play for PlayStation, they just revealed some tasty gameplay footage for Street Fighter 6.
And some beautiful fucking artwork to boot. You shared that Chun-Li picture on Facebook. I saw that. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, they look fucking great. And all the new features, they're getting commentary from the actual FGC commentators to do some of the in-game commentary. They're going to be an adventure mode or a hub, and the mechanics just look so goddamn good. And I'm gonna need to buy a controller, because I really want to cop this shit for my PC. I want to play this shit. I really do want to play this shit. And those are my winners.
T-Dub, now it's your turn.
I'll give my ones to AEW for another good week of professional wrestling. And of course, I give a winner out to WWE for turning his life around and getting more of that good old green.
I believe you said AEW and W. Morrissey.
Yep.
There was a little bit of roboticness there. I think your internet might have derped you
silent
just
a
a
little
little
bit
bit, just a tad. For me, CM Punk to be new world champion. I don't care what y'all marks think. I think it's a good idea to put the belt on Punk. AEW in general, yeah, it's a divisive pay-per-view, but it was still good enough to get people talking. Ain't that the fucking point? Athena for joining the right team. And yeah, I'm an AEW mark, but I'm a smart mark. Not Sterling though. I don't know what the fuck I was saying there. Miro for coming back and being pissed off. That means the possibility of him versus Ishii. Gimme Miro versus Ishii. God damn it. I don't know why I sound like a pissed off Vince McMahon, but there you go. MJF for the promo of his life. The only reason I'm not saying promo of the year is because if MJF wins the world title this year, that promo is promo of the year. If not, then it's going to be a internal debate between his promo and Eddie Kingston's pre-match promo. And I don't know who's winning that one. W. Morrissey, he had a hell of a run in Impact. Whatever he does next, he will kill it. And if it's within a promotion, that promotion will be all better for it. And Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti, as Shin brought up, they got engaged in Paris. Cheers to the happy couple. Simple as that. All right, we got 5 minutes before we got to wrap this turkey up. So let's do some plugs. I don't think we're doing Tokarif's this Sunday, are we?
No, we are doing Anime
not.
Mavericks tomorrow. I have already got it on the schedule. We're finally getting back to that. I did just put on a new Shades of Soapbox where, for those who missed it, I have officially come out as a romantic. So if you want to learn more about what that means, go check out my YouTube channel.
Nice. Very nice.
Yes, I'm very happy. And given that we're right in the beginning stages of Pride Month, perfect timing for that. Did not plan for that, but you know what? Here we are.
It was you were inspired to talk about it. It was a thing. The timing just the thing. And for my tweet, I was like, dude, I'm bisexual. Do what you want with it. I'm just going to be me for a while.
Yeah, so if you want to learn more about what
that wasn't even a thing
means,
of timing with June. This was literally, you know what, fuck it. I didn't. It was one of those epiphanies. I didn't say that shit publicly or publicly enough. So there you go.
Yeah,
out in the
so
world.
if you want to learn more about what a romantic is, go check out my channel. Go check out my other videos. I got a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to try to get back to doing videos, but I've got a lot of catching up to do, and I've got a lot of stuff at home I'm working on. So things are interesting for right now. But I am
for those of you who want to know what the fuck bisexuality is, folks, I don't need a fucking video to explain that.
I'm pretty sure
he needs it
everyone
because it's more
knows.
complex than being bi. So
Anyway.
there it is.
Just throwing that out there.
Watch the video. It is well explained. Shin.
Well, I'm not coming out as anything but a pickle.
Shin, the only straight man on this podcast right now.
No, I'm a pickle now. That's what I am. But okay, real talk. Of course, you can catch me on YouTube at Maxicorn. Thank you, Tito, for giving me some ideas for my video for Marvel Champions. Hopefully, I can get it by this next week. If nothing else happens in my life that doesn't screw that up. Still going to be doing some War Machine lore video. Got some Privateer Press is coming out with some new books. So I'm probably going to be reading a lot of those so I can do some more of that sweet lore. Make sure if you want to help to support me, patreon.com/Shintigercurl, paypal.com/Shintigercurl, Cash App, $Shintigercurl. Help me out in not only help me get my teeth fixed, but also to troll T-Dub with more smut of Zelda and Sonic getting it on. Because
before I let Tina plug some stuff, he's got a wonderful video, by the way. We got to give a shout out to Mike Shell's wife, who is Mike's winner, for getting through a second cancer surgery that happened this last Tuesday. Fuck yeah! Golf clap on that.
yeah.
Keep surviving. Keep fighting.
JC, bisexuality means you don't know which Gen 9 Pokemon professor you like more. Okay, I get the joke, but if you want my honest opinion on the new Pokemon games, shrug. I'm gonna go back to Pokemon Shield. That was actually fun, or looked fun. Anyway, T-Dub's got a new video, and hell of a video, by the way. Plug away, sir.
Yep. celebrating 15 years of making YouTube videos. That's right, 15. I've been one of the longest running motherfuckers on this whole goddamn website. And I'm doing so with a review of Mass Effect Andromeda. Check it out.
Beefer.
If you want to see his next video just a little early, patreon.com/TWK reviews is where you go for that. Even $1 gets you in on that early review goodness.
$1, that's all you need.
$1. That's $1.30 Canadian, folks. You could afford that.
I guess you could say, you'd buy that for $1.
Damn right. My tip jar is available as well. PayPal.me/MattyJ316. Donations are optional, but very much appreciated. You can follow us on Twitter at MattyJ316, at TWK Official, at Shintigercurl, and of course at The Shades AT. Gotta plug your Twitter as well, don't you know? We did not get too much of the email, but whenever we can, we will read them. If we have time, of course, the Wrestle-Cast@gmail.com. We don't need a whole paragraph. A couple questions will do just fine, believe me. If we need topics, we'll go to that pile of questions. Trust me on that. Discord, merchandise, and all that stuff in the description and in the Twitch page, and the thing, in the About thing, and all that good stuff. The next thing out popping up is probably another... are we doing recap on Tuesday?
Hopefully.
Have we resolved our little issue there?
I'll have to double check on that, but hopefully everything should go to plan on that.
We'll keep you abreast on the Discord. There is a schedule of events. Keep an eye on that, of course. But until then, on behalf of everybody, including the Shades...
I'm the Shades, and we'll see you guys next time. Rock on, bitches!
Shintigercurl.
Pickle Shin!
And TWK.
In a root!
So, from Classic to Pickle Rick to Warzone?
That's right. So I'm in a bad mood, Morty.
Fair enough.
Where's Izzy?
My name's Matty J. Remind you to help professional wrestling. Support your independent promotion as soon as possible. I fucking needed this show. I was feeling down, now I'm feeling up. Have a good one. Have a safe one. We will talk to you next week. Have a good one. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, shit's about to hit the fan. This is anarchy in the arena!